Hello YouTube and welcome to my last video of the year. I was posting every day for a little while and then I started struggling a whole bunch trying to figure out what was wrong with the X2, the 1100 in the X2 not starting properly. I haven't fully solved it, but this video is just going to be a quick mash together of some footage that I shot with my iPhone trying to figure it out. Still don't have it 100% figured out, but watch to the end of the video. You stay there. I don't know what the deal is with the backfiring. It must just be because the base was full of junk or something. Oh my God. Ugh. I'm gonna have to let it cool off and then try starting it again. I ran it for a few minutes before I turned the camera on. I'm hoping I didn't. Oh, look at the stuff coming out the exhaust. Bleed down tool, 60 PSI. We got 50 PSI in there. Okay, I just did some fooling around with this and didn't really find anything definitive. I did a leak down test on it. So maybe I blew some crap out of the base. Anyway, I'm gonna set my phone up here and see if I can repeat what just happened. I just didn't even really try to start it. I just tried to turn it over kind of for a second, just to check to see if I had everything hooked up, and it fired right up and started idling. Of course it won't do it now. So it'll start and run easily on the mid cylinder with the other two plugs out. Whatever the issue is, I've narrowed it down so that it seems to be running perfectly all the time on the middle cylinder. I can fire it up on the middle cylinder if I remove the other two plugs, but if I try to fire it up on either of the other two cylinders, it won't run at all. Ignition coils maybe, or compression. I tried to do a leak down test with my own homemade leak down tester, and it seemed to test kind of okay-ish. It was really hard to test because it was trying to spin the crank and I don't have anything to dependably hold the crank, and I don't know that I can actually trust the gauges that I'm using. What I'm gonna do, I think, is pull the e-box apart and replace the coils. I do have 3 new coils. I just changed 2 of the ignition coils, and on the off chance that this actually works, nope, I don't have this tightened. can tell it's that lumpy pup, 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 pup. I'm going to try to record the plugs firing and see if they're actually firing in order. It should be the one furthest to the right, and then the middle one, and then the far left one. So I'm going to record that in slow motion and see what happens. Works great. Okay. My mind is completely broken. I just hooked up the plug wires backwards to what they're supposed to be, and it fired right up. It sounded weird, but it fired right up. I'm gonna try it again. Of course, it won't do it with the camera on. This is how good it starts on one cylinder, just the center cylinder. All right, so I was using a cheap starter on the 1100, and I thought maybe I would try switching out the starter that came with the engine. I've been listening to a few videos or watching a few videos on YouTube, and I can hear that these engines seem to spin over really, really fast compared to this. So I'm thinking maybe the starter isn't great. It is a new starter, but it is a really cheap one. So I took the starter off and noticed some oil leaking and thought I would film to see where it's actually coming from, because from above here I can't actually see it. So I'll have to check out this footage. I can't tell if it's coming from the base or from around the exhaust. From the top, it almost looks like it's coming from around the base gasket. This has been quite a head scratcher. I think I might know what it is, but I've been ignoring it all along. I think that these two cylinders might not have been bored properly. I ended up doing the boring myself, and I was using a Lyle rigid hone, and I was having some troubles with the hone, and I think it might have bored them slightly out of round. Lyle ended up replacing the parts of my hone that were faulty, and it worked a little bit better, but I think by then I might have already made these out of round because I was impatient. So that would be really bad, because it would mean that I need to get a new set of cylinders, and I currently have 3 sets of cylinders sitting here that I can't use if that's the case. Anyway. The X2 just fired up for the first time in a couple of days. It took a lot of struggling to get it going. I'm going to see if I can get it going again and run it for a few minutes. Okay, it started right up. Oh. Oh wow, that was burning my eyeballs. Okay, it was getting hot, so I shut it down by turning the idle down. About 150 Fahrenheit on the front cylinder. She's warm on the back, 186 on the head. It actually seemed to start up. I'm going to try it one more time. I probably shouldn't, because if it doesn't, I'll be disappointed. But if it starts up, I'll shut it right back off. But it sounds like it might start back up now. Whatever the problem was. So it might have been a combination of things. I think bad gas, too much oil, a lot of assembly lube, the starter turning this engine a little bit slow, partly because of the starter and partly because I wasn't grounded directly to the starter, which I am now. It seems to be starting now. I have a New Year's event to go to, so I'm going to go get cleaned up for that, and perhaps tomorrow in the new year I will come out and sort this out, but it's a good way to end the year, I guess. All right, that is gonna do it for this one. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're having a great time with your family and friends. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I don't know that I'll actually get this video up and posted by New Year's. I'm hoping to, but I gotta go in the house now, get cleaned up, go to a party, and yeah, see you guys in the new year. Take care.